my channel. So today we're going to do my Pan in Every palette update. I introduced this a couple months ago and I actually finally have a really good update. I know last month I did roll in a new shade, but this month we are rolling out 2 shades and we're going to be rolling in 2 new palettes to work on. So very, very exciting. I actually, the shades were pretty easy. So, you know, it wasn't that hard on my part, but still, we're here. I've been working on 3 different palettes where I did not have a pan in them. And obviously, you know the drill. You just want to have a pan in every palette in your collection. I currently have 69 palettes in my collection. So how many do not have pans? I don't recall, but I'll put up on the screen how many don't have pans currently. And so I want to make sure every single palette in my collection has a pan. Obviously, when I get new palettes, I want to make sure that I get some use out of them. They're not necessarily the ones that I'm trying to hit pan on straight away, but at some point I might end up with all pans in every palette. And then this project will cease to exist. Maybe I'll do like a 2 pan in every palette. Maybe that will be the next step. But we're ahead of ourselves. Let's get into the update. And I'm excited to see which palettes I roll in because I don't know if I'm going to choose or if I'm going to do it myself. Okay, so I've been working on these 3 palettes. Obviously, my son is right here. He's just making a little cameo. He probably will be in videos here and now because he's home with me and I'm not going to shut him out of my room. But we have the first one here, which is from Singe Beauty. This is the Galactic Visitor palette. So now we do Green Oval. Anyway, this is what the palette looks like. And I've been working on this shade right here, which is called Encounter. And as you can see, it's still no pan. I've gone into this one only 2 times since my last update. It's actually the shade that I've gone into the least out of the 3. Not that I don't enjoy this shade at all. I love it. I just haven't found the time to go into it. But anyway, love this palette and I'll just keep it in. I still want to hit pan in that shade. I still think it's the best shade for me to try to hit pan on because it is my favorite in the palette. Again, I just haven't, I have a lot going on, so. Next 2 I've hit pan in and I use them both 3 times each. All right, so the first one's gonna be from Gloss's new Neutrals palette. So this one I've been working on since I rolled it since I started this project. This was in from the beginning. And I've been working on this one right here, which is called Kind of Neutral. And like I said, I've gone into it 3 times since my last update and you can see the pan. I went into it a total of 6 times in this project to hit pan. I've been into it a few times before that, but really not that much. So probably maybe only 7 or 8 uses until I hit pan. I do find some of their shimmers very easy to hit pan. Some of them are harder. Some of them are very, very easy. The mattes are harder to hit pan on for sure. So this one officially has its first pan and it will be rolled out of the project. Next up, last month, I rolled in the Glamshop Sorbet palette. So this one, I just hit pan the other day. I've gone into it 3 times since I rolled it in, and now it has a juicy, big pan. This one I knew wasn't going to take very long because I already had quite a lot of use on this particular shade. It's also a very, very flaky shade. So I did end up losing quite a bit of product whenever I went into it, sadly. This is really gorgeous because it flips blue. And I think part of the reason why I haven't really gone into the Encounter shade in the Galactic Visitor, this is a blue shimmer. This looks green, but it flips blue and they actually look very similar to each other. So this one officially has a pan in it now. So I will be rolling it out. And I'm excited. So I don't know what I'm going to be rolling in, quite honestly. I was thinking, should I leave this up to chance? Should I try to just randomize it? But then if I randomize it, we might be here sitting for 10 minutes trying to find a palette that I don't have a pan in. So I'm going to go look through my palettes and I'm going to pick the 2 new palettes that don't have pans, and then we will decide together which shades I want to hit pan on. All right, I've decided to be very boring. Very boring. So if you follow my Pan Those eyeshadows, you'll know that I just rolled the Gourmand Girls Peach Perfect palette out of my Pan Those eyeshadows because I hit my 20 use goal or hit pan and I wasn't able to hit pan in this shade right here. So that one already has quite a lot of use on it, and I feel like if we're going to be smart about these project pans, maybe I should just be smart, right? And pick a palette where I've already put in a lot of work. So I have this as an option, but I also have this shade as an option. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but there is quite a significant dip forming already in this shade right here. So I have the option of hitting pan in one of those two shades, and I kind of want to give it a go. So I'm going to be rolling this one in hopes to either hit pan in this one or this one, whichever comes first. Next up, I'm going to go for another Glamshop palette. Actually, this is this one. I always say this wrong, so I'm not going to try to say it. This one I really enjoy, and I really specifically like these shades over here. So I'm going to try to hit pan either in this one, yeah, maybe one of these two. They're very pretty, these two, so I'm just going to swatch them. But one of these two. This one actually flips very blue, so maybe I'll go for this one because it doesn't. And if I go for this one, it might compete with the Singe Beauty, which is this one right here. Although this one I have the most use out of. Regardless, I'm going to try to hit pan in one of the two, whichever comes first. But these are going to be my two new palettes that are rolled into this project pan. And I am being a little boring because I'm picking ones that I feel like are going to be somewhat easy. But I was looking at my palettes and I really don't have that many that don't have pans in them. So I might have to do 2 pans in every palette just to keep this project going, because at some point I am going to get to the point where I can't do it, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so that is my update for my pan in every palette. Hope you enjoyed. Just to recap, going to be working on these 3 palettes now. So these 2 are new, and now I have to spend some time with my son. All right, thank you so much. Bye.